Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today I have for you some more championship content. So something I like talking about a lot, which we don't get to talk about as much as we do like the Premier League on here. And I'm going to be going through my team of the season, so it's going to be really interesting. Covering a few clubs. We're going to have a bench as well, so I can get some honourable mentions in there. And it'll just be really interesting now. Like the regular season's over. I know we still have the playoffs, which we're currently on. But, like, the main bit of the season's over. Most team seasons are finished, so we're going to go through. It's be very interesting. So, I'm doing this championship team of the season. I think next week I'll do Premier League team of the season. I won't have time for League One and League Two. But this is going to be very fun. So if you're excited, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And now, let's get into it. So, in goal, I don't think this is my... Oh yeah, I may as well say my formation, I'm going to go with 4-2-3-1. So quite simple. And then in goal, I've got James Trafford from Burnley. I don't think that's too controversial. It's not controversial at all, really. He's got 29 clean sheets all season. That Burnley defence has been unstoppable. And you're going to have to watch out for them in the Premier League next season. We're not too sure will they stay up, but they have got a very unique style of play to most teams who come up from the Championship. So it could be interesting to see how that works out in the Premier League. Will they stay up? I don't think so as it stands, but I do definitely think they'll give the other teams a good go. And he's currently linked to Newcastle to replace Nick Pope, which could be massive for his career. You know, probably playing in the Champions League next season. And in my opinion, he's also a future England number one. You know, he was included in the last squad. He's got a really good career ahead of him. And then I'll just go to the centre backs first. And I don't think either of these are too controversial. That's CJ Egan Riley from Burnley and Maximus Steve, also from Burnley. Look, they've both got 29 clean sheets as well. Like, you may put the focus on the keeper for clean sheets, but the defenders are a big part of it. That back three for Burnley, the keeper and the two centre backs, have been too good, basically. So I don't think any of that's too controversial. Again, pretty simple. My fullbacks. So firstly, Junior Firpo of Leeds. He's had 10 assists this season, which is really good. Part of a really strong Leeds squad who have won the championship on 100 points. Burnley also finished on 100 points. So at the top end of the table, it has been really high level. So really interesting to see how both of those automatically promoted teams do next season. As it stands, I'm saying Burnley will just go down. I do think Leeds are going to stay up. I do like the sound of them sacking Daniel Farke. You know, poor record in the Premier League. Getting in a new, more experienced manager at that level who knows how to keep teams in the Premier League would be a really good idea for them. And I think that's what they're looking to do. They definitely seem to have a really big club mindset coming into their first season back. And then my other fullback, Jayden Bogle, also from Leeds. I don't think that's up for debate. Or maybe could say a few, but I think those two Leeds fullbacks are the probably most likely option. 6 goals, 4 assists over the season, but he's a fullback. He's been great. I don't think either of those are too controversial. Okay, so going on to my in a 4-2-3-1, central midfielders, maybe holding midfielders in a 4-2-3-1. And let's start with the less or more controversial one. I'm going to go with the less controversial one, which is Josh Brownhill of Burnley. I don't think this is too surprising. Burnley captain in the team to 100-point season, second in the table. So I don't think it's too hard to put him in here. You know, he scored 18 goals, 6 assists this season. He is the second top goal scorer in the whole league this year. And he's a central midfielder. That is ridiculous, really. Like, honestly, to do that's amazing. I definitely think he should have been nominated for Championship Player of the Year because he has been really good. So, I definitely think he's maybe the best player in the league. He's incredible and going to be a big part in that team trying to start next season. And then my more controversial one is outside the top two for a change, and it is Jason Knight of Bristol City. Now, there are quite a few names which you could throw about for that other place, but I've gone for Jason Knight because, you know, it mixes things up a bit. And what I'm thinking is, he's 24 years old, and he's captained Bristol City to their first ever playoff campaign in such a long time. And I understand that last night they did, Sheffield United did complete the biggest ever aggregate win in the Championship playoff semi-final, 6-0, 3-0 in both matches. But that doesn't, ignore the fact that how well Bristol City have done. I don't think many people saw them in this playoff picture because they've just been such a mid-table orientated side over the past few years, and I had them mid-table. That surprisingly, only 3 goals and 6 assists for Jason Knight over the season. But the point is how well you have to do to captain a side at that young an age to a playoff place, which is completely out of most people's expectations. Okay, so I'll start with my attacking midfielder, and that's gonna be the recently, couple of weeks ago, named Championship Player of the Season, Gustavo Hamer of Sheffield United. A Sheffield United player had to be in here, really, coming third, being the biggest challengers to Leeds and Burnley this season, even though they both did have it wrapped up on Easter Monday. They were closest to them. And I just really think, probably out of those nominees, he was the deserved winner. But as I said, maybe Josh Brownhill should have been in with a shout there. But 10 goals, 7 assists, really good season for him. And just really good to watch. Because I said that they were going to fall off at Sheffield United. I had them 15th or something. I just saw some gaps in the squad. However, Chris Wilder and his squad have proved me really wrong. And Gustavo Hamer has been a big part of that. So he's been brilliant. And then I'll go with the less controversial option again out of my wingers. That's Dan James from Leeds, another Leeds player. He's just been so good for Leeds this season down that wing. It's been really good to watch. And I just feel like, he's 27 now, so he feels still quite like a future star. But he's just, gonna be really really vital for Leeds next season if they want to stay up, being as he has that experience at Man U, and he's been so good this season. 12 goals, 9 assists. Can't wait to see him in the Prem next year. Then my more controversial one is actually Josh Murphy of Portsmouth. Probably the wildest shout on here, I'd say. If you look at the league placements and everything. But I think I had to have a Pompey player in here because they've really been so good. I had them 10th, so they've not met my expectations, I guess. But performance-wise, they have really been on it. lots of big matches. And towards the end of the season, they were never really in any danger of going down. They Josh Murphy actually signed from another promoted side of Oxford in the summer. When I heard this, I was pretty sure they were going to give this league a good go, and they really have. Definitely think they'll push up the places come next season. And Josh Murphy will be big in this. He's got 7 goals, 14 assists this season. And you do have to remember, his brother is also Jacob Murphy, which is quite interesting. So he's in the Premier League for Newcastle. I hope to see Josh Murphy there soon, because I definitely could see it, and it'd be great to see them playing together. And then my striker, I don't really think a lot of you are going to like this. 4th place in the top goal scorer in the Championship this season, Josh Sargent from Norwich. And I doubt a lot of you will like this. It's a bit out there, but I wanted to spice it up a bit. 15 goals, 5 assists this season. He has been really good. Obviously, I could have had Borges signs, but he's really for not being as crucial in the second half of the season, so I didn't really think I could include him in this. But yeah, Josh Sargent has been a really good striker for Norwich this season in what has been not an excellent season for them. I saw them pushing for promotion this year, and I do think they will again next year, because I do really like the squad Norwich have over there at Carrow Road. They just need to put it all together next season and try and get in that top 6. So yeah, that's my squad. And also, I think we have to have a manager, and I debated over this. An honourable mention, if I had to give one, I think I'd give to Scott Parker, just for that defensively amazing team who have been really stats wise up there with the best in Europe in terms of clean sheets and everything. So I would have had him, but what I've gone for, who's exceeded expectations a lot, is Liam Manning from Bristol City. He just really gave this club a really good thing to cheer about, which they haven't recently been so mid-table based. So I really think the way he's came and the way he's done what he's done this season has been amazing. Obviously didn't end great last night, but what they've done is amazing. Hopefully they'll stay in the upper part of the table next season. So now we have my bench. I've got 7 players on here. So firstly, a keeper, Victor Johansson from Stoke. In a lower half team, he's been really strong, one of the best keepers in the league. Jake Cooper from Millwall, he's been really good. So yeah, I did want to give Millwall a shout, because again they've been fighting for playoffs, almost got them. So yeah, I think I had to give them a mention. Troy Hume from Sunderland, I had to give them a mention as well, because they've been great this season. So there you go. Imran Louza from Watford, I support Watford, so I couldn't really do this without naming a Watford player. And Imran Louza's great, the goal against Sunderland, everything. He has been amazing this year. Jack Rudoni from Coventry, I know a lot of you would have him in your team of the season. It was so hard to pick that midfield, but he's definitely on the bench. Also, Chris Rigg from Sunderland, been really good for Sunderland, another great player. And then Joel Perreault from Leeds, Championship top scorer. Yeah, I probably should have put him in the starting 11. I just did want a bit of variety. We've got so many Leeds players, so come on. There you go. And that concludes the video. So, I don't know why, it feels like it's been a bit of a long one. I'll find out when I'm editing, but I guess you guys know. What did you think of my 11? Please let me know. Put your one down in the comments. Be interesting to see some different variations. quite a lot of places, striker, midfield up for debate really. So please let me know. Got lots more videos coming as we approach the end of another Premier League season. So as always, as I say, like, subscribe, do all of that. And one thing left to say, bye and peace.